Hey, you guys, guess who it is? She is back. How y'all doing? I am so excited. It has been so long um, since I checked in with you guys. And so I thought it was time for me to come in and give you guys another update. So today is July 24th, and I am officially 12 weeks post op today. And it has been a long journey over the past 12 weeks since my surgery. So I just wanted to come in and share with you guys all the things that have been going on with me, all the things that have been happening with me since the surgery, and just let you guys know what that experience has been like for me. So, in case those of you who haven't been following, who don't know, 3 months ago on May the 1st, I had my most recent endo surgery for stage 4 endometriosis and severe diffuse adenomyosis. So, with that particular surgery, I actually had 4 procedures done at the same time. So, the first procedure, of course, we talked about was the hysterectomy, which was riddled with the disease from the adenomyosis. The second procedure was to do excision of any endometriosis that they found. Once they got in there, they actually found that there were some fibroids present. So they had to remove those as well. And then finally, they had to detach my colon from my uterus because the endo had kind of fused and stuck all of that together. So before they could even do the hysterectomy, they had to detach my colon from my uterus. So needless to say, it was a very intense procedure, and it wasn't anything simple at all. So my recovery time, I was off of work for about 2 months. Went back at the end of June, but my recovery is still very much in progress. So just to kind of go over some things, and I'm just kind of looking at my notes to make sure that I don't miss anything. But the past 12 weeks have been a series of ups and downs, but overall, I would say that the surgery was successful. Hey Liz, how are you? Thanks for jumping in today. I think the surgery overall was a success. I am very happy to say that aside from that initial immediate post surgical pain for the first couple of weeks, the immediate difference is all of the uterine pain that I felt, that constant feeling of labor and contractions, immediately gone. I can tell a difference right away. That pain is no more. The pain that I felt in my lower right abdominal pelvic region, that was still there, but over the weeks since I've been doing my physical therapy, that has since dissipated. All of those medications that I was on, gone. Much to any of you guys, but sorry, there was a little, I don't know, Facebook lost the connection. But aside from all of the medications, and this may be a little TMI, and it may not mean much to you guys, but the biggest part is that I can finally put white clothes and pastel colors and bright sundresses back into my wardrobe because I don't have to worry about randomly starting to bleed while I'm out in the streets or having a flare up occur at any given moment. So I can put nice clothes back into my wardrobe. I can put cute underwear back into my wardrobe. No more granny panties, which has been the majority of my life for like the last almost 10 years. So I can get cute, I can get colorful. And again, this doesn't mean much to you, some of you guys, but those endo sisters, you ladies out there that know this struggle, you guys know what a big deal this is. When it's hot outside and humid, I can sleep in my underwear, or I can sleep without underwear because I don't have to worry about randomly bleeding over in the night and ruining the sheets and ruining the mattresses and having blood clots all over everywhere. I can take cute purses out in the summertime. I don't have to take these big old purses and be a walking dispensary. Thank you, Ursula, that it's not TMI. And it is. People need to know. You know, before in my bag, I would have to keep extra underwear, extra pads, extra pain medication. Yes, yay to cute underwear. I would have to take medication and pills and wipes and underwear. I have to keep all of that stuff with me at all times because I would just never know when a flare up would hit. And so to have that weight, not have that weight anymore, those things mean so very much to me in terms of the immediate relief that I felt. I was able to eat certain foods without worrying about getting sick from the aggravation and the inflammation. I could revisit certain foods, and I did allow myself to kind of indulge and test the waters a bit with some of those food items that I had to banish for the last couple of years, and it felt good to be able to enjoy those things and not get sick and not have to crawl into bed. It felt good to be able to go out. I haven't been able to do a lot of socializing, but some of the holiday gatherings with family, it felt good not to have to leave early because I got sick in the middle of an event. I didn't have to go and find a bedroom to lay down or ball up in a corner somewhere. So those things, they're little to most people, but for people who battle this disease, it those are huge steps. Those are huge glides. So those were the most immediate effects that I'm the most happy about right now. And some of you guys may remember the liver issues that were going on. So, not quite out of the water with those yet. I am happy to say that finally, I think last month was the second consecutive month that the numbers were in the normal range. But my doctor wants to kind of approach that conservatively and be cautious and to keep me on the prednisone. I went from 30 milligrams, I'm down to 5, so that's a blessing. But she wants to keep me on 5 for another month and then have me retest. If the numbers are still low, then she'll drop me down to 2.5 and for another month. And then so maybe the end of September ish, I can come off for good. And I'm really hoping so because all of this extra face, that's kind of one of the things that I'm not happy with. But if the longer, slower process is what's better for my health overall, then I'm willing to do it. I've talked about with you guys before how with other surgeries that I've had, I've kind of rushed back into work and rushed back into recovery when I wasn't 100%. And so I have made a deliberate effort this time to just roll with it, however slow it is, however long it takes, whatever it is to get me to the best, highest pinnacle of health. If it takes me a little bit longer, then so be it, and I'm willing to take that. Just checking my notes here. So yeah, the liver issue, that's kind of the one thing that we're following up with, and I still got a tons of doctor's appointments. They still want to run tests and check my iron and check this and check that just to make sure that everything is still balancing out the way that it should. I do want to say that with the surgery, I was able to keep one ovary. So I am not rushed into early menopause. So my doctor did keep the one ovary. It was functioning fine. It was no disease there. And he did that so that I can kind of maintain a natural hormonal balance. I don't have to do any hormone replacement therapy or add any other medications or anything, which was a concern of mine. So very happy about that. And he actually decided to keep me, believe it or not, on the, hey Deirdre, thank you so much. Love you too. He actually decided to keep me on the continuous birth control again as an added measure of hormonal regulation. He did notice that when they were doing the procedure, he said that the continuous birth control appears to have been keeping my endo suppressed over the years. He didn't find any new occurrences of it, so he just kind of excised what was lingering from previous surgeries. So because of that, so he's keeping me on the continued birth control for hormonal regulations. I haven't had any negative experiences. I didn't have any of the hot flashes or the depression or anything. So really happy about that. So on the physical side, I'm doing so much better. Like I said, 12 weeks today, so I can now do my own laundry. I can now take the laundry basket into the basement. I can empty my own trash, although I probably will still ask my brother to do that for me. And I am about 4.5 weeks into my post-op physical therapy. I told you guys right before my surgery, everything that can go wrong did go wrong, and I was diagnosed with a herniated disc, which was causing me severe acute sciatica. So 4 weeks into physical therapy for that, I am feeling much better. I haven't had any muscle relaxers in several weeks now. So that is that relief is you cannot even believe. It was times when I couldn't walk, couldn't get out of the bed, couldn't do anything. So I'm excited about that. I still can't walk, just not walk. I still can't work out just yet. So mainly my physical activity has consisted of just walking more, and I'm down about 4 or 5 pounds even with just the walking. I've been trying to focus more on the nutrition and the hydration intake until I'm able to start back working out. So physically, I have to say, hey Craig, no, don't bring me your laundry just yet. You can come and do mine. But yeah, physically, I am excited. I do still have days if I do too much, I get a little tired and fatigued, and I have to take a rest. But just the comparison before then till now is absolutely amazing. In August, they're gonna switch up my physical therapy, and they're gonna start including the therapy for the pelvic floor. Yeah, everything that could go wrong before the surgery, Craig did. So I'm addressing several things now. But the purpose of pelvic floor therapy for you ladies that have endo is that, the pelvic floor, and we talked about this in other videos, there's a lot of muscles and tendons and ligaments attached there, and they can spasm and get trigger points and get knots just like the other muscles, our biceps and triceps. And so the pelvic floor therapy helps to address that and release that and loosen that up. And that tends to help alleviate a lot of the pelvic pain that we experience post surgery. And it also helps to strengthen the core. In my case, for ladies that have had a hysterectomy, you've got a lot of repositioning that has to take place in the pelvic area. So pelvic floor therapy is really, really good for that. So if you ladies have had surgery and your doctor has not mentioned pelvic floor therapy to you guys, look into that. It is a great complement post surgery to help strengthen you physically, both internally and externally. So physically, the change has been amazing. And so for those of you who may be struggling, who have adenomyosis and may be struggling with that decision to do the hysterectomy, I know it's still early. I'm just 3 months out, but the physical side, I can tell you, has been well worth it. Now, emotionally and mentally, I do still have that struggle. A lot of my friends on my timeline, a lot of you guys have had babies and welcomed grandbabies, and I love you guys, and I'm so excited for you guys. But there have been days when I see that and I look at that, and I do get a little sad, and so I have to disconnect and unplug for a little bit. Hey Sarah, hey Robert, thank you guys for checking in. Um, Mother's Day was the day I thought I was going to lose it, but I actually did okay. But then a couple of weeks after that, like right around, I think it was Memorial Day, I kind of just, had to retreat into myself for a couple of days. And in some of my support groups, I'm learning that that kind of will never go away. I'm learning that that's part of the healing process. It's part of the grieving process, and it's completely normal. So again, ladies out there, if you're experiencing this, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you, and it's part of the healing journey. So, I figure emotionally, mentally, I will probably continue to have some ups and downs. But here lately, there have been more ups than downs. So I'm totally grateful for that. And I don't want you ladies out there or you guys out there to think that, just because I'm in a state of remission and I'm doing well, that I'm going to kind of fall off and stop advocating. I'm going to advocate even more. I'm still going to do my broadcasts, my videos. I'm partnering with some other Endo sisters to do some great and amazing things. So please stay tuned for that. I'm still working on transitioning, fighting fiercely from a movement to an actual nonprofit so that we can petition for grants and fundings so that I can bring back the expo. A lot of you guys have been asking me about that, and I haven't been able to do it for 2 years, not just because of my health challenges, but financially. For the 5 years that we did it, I funded that completely out of my pocket, and due to the growth, hey Crystal, which I'm grateful for, the growth and exposure, the needs became just super, super great, and I just wasn't able to tackle that financially by myself. And so hoping to transition, once we officially become a nonprofit, we can, solicit for grants and fundings and things like that, so we can bring that back and continue to expand, our outreach and advocacy efforts. And speaking of outreach and advocacy, just want to let you guys know, yes, I have been recovering, but I've not been, sitting on the sidelines doing nothing. Some of you may remember the post that I did about becoming a chronic disease ambassador for the Chronic Disease Coalition, the CDC. Thank you, Ursula. And that's why I do what I do. There are so many people who have never heard of this disease. Some of these women are suffering with symptoms of this disease and don't know it because they've been told that this kind of thing is normal. So I absolutely will continue to talk about it and advocate about it, which is one of the reasons I became an ambassador for the Chronic Disease Coalition. This is a national organization, and by being a endometriosis ambassador and chronic disease ambassador, it will allow me to bring my efforts in education even further and reach wider audiences and gain access to more information that can be helpful in helping ladies manage just not endo but other chronic diseases, which is so important because a lot of women who are diagnosed with endometriosis and adenomyosis often tend to have other comorbidities like PCOS, irritable bowel syndrome, cystic fibrosis. So there's a lot of other things that tend to kind of go hand in hand that are chronic issues, not just endometriosis. So I'm excited about that. So watch the Fighting Fiercely page, watch the Instagram page, and you'll see me posting more information and things that are in specific conjunction with the Chronic Disease Coalition. The other thing is my YouTube channel. I've had a YouTube channel for a while, but you guys have heard me talk a couple days ago about that major fiasco when Facebook deleted our Endo and Intimacy Summit, which had been up since March, and I went to transition to YouTube and it was gone. So what I've done is I have kind of refreshed, breathed new life into the YouTube page. And so from going forward, every live that I do, every video that I do, I'm going to immediately download it and transfer it to our YouTube page. So if you ever miss it here, if you ever miss it on the Fighting Fiercely page, you can always go to our YouTube page, subscribe, and you'll never have to worry about missing it. I'm going to go at the end of this video and edit to put the YouTube link at the bottom. If you have not joined our Fighting Fiercely awareness page on Facebook, the link is in the description. It's the same title as my book, Fighting Fiercely, Unveiling the Unknown About Endometriosis. If you guys are on Twitter or Instagram, it's follow us at FightFierceEndo. And of course, the website fightingfiercely.com. The other thing that I'm excited to announce is one of the things that I've done in my downtime is, you guys know I'm a massage therapist by trade. I have recently, I'm excited to say, got my national certification to become a continuing education provider. So all of you massage therapists on the page in the village, I know we have a number of endo sisters who are also MTs. I am nationally certified. So thus far, I put together just a small curriculum right now of 3 courses that will be available for continuing education credits. If you guys are in Illinois, you know that this is a renewal year, December 31st. So just follow my page. I have a LMT page, Michelle N. Johnson LMT. And also here on the personal page, thank you, Ursula. Please go to YouTube and subscribe and share it with all of your friends. Please. So the Michelle N. Johnson LMT page and also the personal page here, I'm going to be posting updates and calendars. I'm currently looking in the process of partnering with other schools to bring you these courses. Right now, the 3 courses in my curriculum are there's an advanced chair massage class, a massage therapy business class, how to expand your business beyond the basics, and a self-care for the massage therapist and the body worker. So stay tuned for that. So just because I've been in recovery, I haven't been not doing anything. I've still been trying to make some moves out here. And I'm also currently enrolled in an aromatherapy certification program, which I'm really excited about because this is the only program, if I'm not mistaken, in the country that when you're done with this, you will be able to call yourself a certified aromatherapist, which is very different from just taking some basic classes to add to your knowledge bank. With this class, I'll be able to teach. I'll be able to host various workshops to the public and to students on the benefits of various aspects of aromatherapy. So that's coming a little bit later. But your girl has been doing stuff. Thanks, Craig. I can't wait to start teaching. So that's kind of it, you guys. I just kind of wanted to give you an update to let you guys know how I'm doing. I still have a long way to go. Like I said, I've got about another month and a half of physical therapy on deck. I've still got to do this prednisone for about another 2 months, but we're getting there. Slow and easy states the course. And like I said earlier, if this is what it takes to get me to not have any more surgeries and to be my highest and best self, then I'm totally willing to do it. And that's just a word too of encouragement for any other ladies out there who may just be recently out of surgery or frustrated with what your new normal looks like. Just be patient with yourself and just know that doing too much too soon can push you back and give you a setback. And I actually did have a small setback when I went back to work at the spa. I kind of pushed myself a little too hard and kind of re-injured that sciatica. So I've totally slowed down from that. But as always, you guys, thank you. I love you so very much. I'm just checking my notes to make sure I didn't miss anything. And I didn't. But I'm looking forward to feeling better, being better, doing better, increasing, spreading, doing more advocacy, doing more awareness, to spread the word, because I'm in remission now, but there's so many ladies, close to 200 million of you guys out there that are still suffering. And one last point, Endo sisters, yes, I've heard the news. I've seen the post that the FDA has approved the oral form of Lupron, and I'm actually going to be coming to you either later today or later this week to talk about that. You guys know how I feel about Lupron. But again, in my advocacy, my job is not to be biased. My job is to present both sides, the good, the bad, the ugly, the negatives, the positives. So I'm going to do that for any of you ladies who may be confused or who may be questioning or wondering, what this new endometriosis, pill is or what it's going to do. It's not a cure. Again, it's still just symptomatic treatment. But again, I don't want to get into that because, we're already running kind of long. But I am definitely going to talk about the Lupron thing and the commercials that have been showing. And yes, we're glad to see it on TV. Yes, we're glad to see national exposure. But those commercials are a little bit misleading in what they are giving hope to women with this disease for, and also for the general public. So just kind of be on the lookout for that. So as always, you guys, thank you. I love you. This is not the end. This is just the beginning of a new journey, of a new chapter, hopefully continuing to be pain free. Yeah, Craig, I see those commercials every day, and it makes me kind of sad when women chime into the groups and they're like, "Oh my God, I'm so excited! I saw this commercial for Endo, and it's a pill and it's a cure." And they're very misleading. In short story, it's basically that they've taken this Lupron drug that previously you had to go to the doctor every month or every 3 months and get injections for, and they've converted it into a pill form. But in the meantime, look up Lupron and just read the side effects for yourself, because a lot of doctors aren't going to tell you what it is. Hey, Tasha, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. But the doctors, the nurses, they're not going to tell you the side effects. They're not going to give you the real deal about it. And while some women do find relief, the relief is symptomatic. The relief is not treating the disease itself. And that's something that frustrates me, because those commercials tend to allude to that this is some kind of cure or treatment of the disease itself, and it's not. But again, I don't want to get too riled up about that, but just be on the lookout. I'm going to do a separate video because there's a lot to dissect and to get into about that. But 12 weeks post-op, just wanted to give you another update. I'll definitely keep you guys posted on what's going on with the liver. Definitely looking forward to dropping these prednisone pounds, and hopefully getting out to enjoy the last little bit of, not last little bit, but the rest of the summer. So all the festivals that I've missed, all the events that I missed, you guys, I do apologize for those. And everybody who called me, text me, email me, just have a little bit of patience with the sister. I'm still getting back to everybody, returning everybody's phone calls. All the love and support is greatly appreciated. So again, Follow us on our other social media channels. Please go to that YouTube channel, subscribe that, and share so that you never have to worry about missing another live video. I love you guys. Help me continue to fight fiercely. As always, be educated, be enlightened, be empowered. I'm ready to hit the ground running and continue to bring this education and awareness to the people until we find a cure. 200 million plus sisters, we need a cure. So until next time, mwah, love you guys. Peace out, and I'll see you soon.